Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday, August 26th City Council meeting. And with that, D. Stiles Elliott, our City Clerk, could you please call roll?
Mayor Benjamin.
Present.
Councilmember DeLira.
Here.
Councilmember Fajarin.
Here.
Councilmember Guido. Here. Councilmember Parks.
Here.
Councilmember Weller.
Present.
Councilmember Wright.
For announcements, we have a few announcements, community announcements. First, and these are more in chronological order, coming up this weekend, we have the first WSU football game, and as a part of that, we have bringing back First Down Friday. So we kick off the WSU football season this Friday at First Down Friday from 4 to 7 on Olson Street next to the Neal Public Library. Hope to see you there. And then the next day for game day, Pullman Transit provides free park and ride bus service for WSU football games. You can visit pullman-wa.gov park and ride to see the free game day park and ride times en route. Coming up this weekend is next Monday's Labor Day, so Pullman City Hall, Neal Public Library, the Pullman Recreation Center, and other administrative offices will be closed on Monday, September 1st for Labor Day. Offices will reopen Tuesday, September 2nd. Rainy Park Pool will be open from August 30th through September 1st from 1 to 6 p.m. for the last weekend of outdoor swimming. As a city, we'd like to invite you to a community table event that's coming up. So Pullman to Go and Gather, a community table event, will be on Saturday, September 13th from 5 to 7 p.m. Pick up your favorite to-go order, bring it downtown to Kamaikan Street, and let's eat dinner together. For more information or to partner with the city on this event, you can go to pullman-wa.gov/community table, and that website is being developed now, so you might give it a day or two in order to fully flush out. But we'd love to have people involved with that and get the community out and get to meet people from the community that you may not have met before. Our utility billing update, the City of Pullman will be transitioning to an all-new utility billing access portal as of September 15th. If you currently pay via cash, check, or ACH, you will not need to change the way you pay. If you auto-pay through the city's website, your September utility billing will not automatically be paid. You will need to register for the new utility billing portal and set up your payment again. For more information, you can visit pullman-wa.gov/utility to learn more. The Park and Recreation Fall Activity Guide is out, so registration for Park and Rec activities is now open. You can pick up a physical copy of the 2025 Fall Activity Guide at Parks and Rec in the City Hall Library, or view it on the City of Pullman website at pullman-wa.gov/rec. And then with the library, Adult Summer Reading Bingo at Neal Public Library comes to a close this week. Bring your completed bingo card to the library by August 30th or submit it online to pullman-wa.gov/reading challenge. And to see a listing of other community events, visit the city's tourism page at pullman-wa.gov. I'm sorry, the tourism page at visit-pullman.com/events. The last item that I have is more for the council, but it's for the community also. One of the things that has been talked about is the council doesn't always have time to really in-depth discuss issues that are upcoming and things that are going forward. So we're looking at doing a hybrid meeting on September 9th that's going to include work session topics, and those topics are designed really for discussions with staff and do a deeper dive into those topics related to them. If you like how that goes, we'd actually move toward probably quarterly having meetings that are just work session topics as opposed to a regular meeting. And topics that currently ones that we're looking at, and we might have one additional one that the staff's working on, but the work session topics for September 9th would be around short-term rentals, the CIP general fund reserves, and also around lobbyists. So those are the topics that the staff would like to bring and have further conversation with. The next item is non-agenda related community comments. This agenda item is the first of two opportunities during this meeting for the public to bring comments to the attention of elected officials. Specifically, this item is reserved for public comments, concerns, or other information not related to a previous public hearing or final action item on the agenda. Final action items include confirmation of appointments, consent agenda items, and regular agenda items. This agenda item for comments will not exceed 30 minutes in total. Comments are to be directed to the mayor or the council as a body. No comment should be directed to an individual council member, and per our CW, doesn't allow community comments to be used to support a political campaign. At this time, is there anyone that would like to provide community comments around non-agenda items? If that, please come up to the microphone. You'll have 2 minutes each. And if you could, state your name just so it helps with the minutes.
Yes. All right. So my name is Gil Rezin. I'm a fourth-year undergraduate student at WSU and the head of the Student Local Advocacy Pullman organization. In the fall of 2024, I began work on a project that would seek to improve the way that cities invest in non-motor vehicle infrastructure by looking at a city from its bare essentials. So using road noise and topography data, I created a tool that examines every road in a city, excluding its pedestrian infrastructure, and grants it a percentage score, which can then be plotted onto a map. In the spring of this year, that data was then validated from in-person testing to be accurate. And I believe that this data is highly valuable towards a city interested in improving the pedestrian and cycling experience by prioritizing corridors with inherent advantages to their use as such. For example, the Couple Farm Trail stretching from Reedy Park to Professional Mall Boulevard was revealed to be extremely useful as a connector between downtown and South Retail, thanks to its high separation from motor traffic and easy terrain. By contrast, the Davis Way Trail was not found to be a very useful corridor due to its unpleasant pedestrian experience from nearby road noise. And I'm sure there are more insights to be found, as I will hand these later to the clerk and to all of you. By identifying existing walking corridors with high walking potential but lacking in infrastructure, the city can make targeted investments to produce a strong interconnected walking network. Alternatively, by identifying areas that have low score but high desired walking, the city can then plan for future road modification through reduced speeds and lowered traffic volumes on targeted streets. I hope that the city will find this data useful in future infrastructure decisions in conjunction with Pullman's existing walkability network plans. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about this, and thank you for your time.
Great. Thank you for your comments. You can provide that information to our city clerk. With that, anyone else, please come to the microphone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jandy with Promote Pullman. First, I want to say it's been great all summer long to see everyone, strangers, come up to me and say how nice downtown looks. So that's been wonderful. Mela's, the owner of Mela, asked me to come with them, I don't see them, to speak about smoke on the plazas. And so I just wanted to add my little experience a couple weeks ago. It was fine. We had someone who I see wandering around a lot go through the perfume blending and make himself a perfume. And then a few seconds later, he was over smoking about 7 feet from us, so no one else could smell anything but smoke. So I did ask him, hey, can you move around the corner? And he was great and obliged. But I was thinking, ooh, that could go bad, and so it'd sure be nice if smoking wasn't allowed on the plazas, because we're trying to hit all groups to come down and utilize those. So that's my first item. The second item is I put in a public request regarding the LTAC committee, revenues, expenses, who got money, how much, a couple months ago, and I haven't seen anything, so I would love an update of when that is coming. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll let staff get back to you on that. Is there anyone else who'd like to provide public comment?
Good evening. Bobby Greider with the Downtown Pullman Association. I just want to give my little 2-minute update. So DPA participated in the new COOG orientation and tabling at the Cub all summer long, with the final at the Visitor Center as the ice cream social. I was part of scooping somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,000 cups of ice cream, as was Francis and 10 other volunteers. It was fun, and I think a great welcome for the students. Lentil Friday was very successful. It consisted of 4 very good bands, and the speaker system provided and run by DJ Goldfinger. Thank you, DJ. There were children's games, and there was the Lentil Crawl package, which had tickets for cocktails, mocktails, 2 $5 coupon bucks for spending in stores. Chelsea, our promotions chair, is compiling all of the data for sales and traffic and so forth, so I won't report on that, but the important thing is that the event brought people in the doors of retail shops, restaurants, bars, and coffee shops. Hotel McCoy reported, we actually got people who live in town who didn't know that we have a bar. Some have even come back. Paradise Creek said, good event. We were much busier than last year. Noshi said, the event brought better than average sales. We saw people who don't visit downtown unless an event is happening. And Palouse Candy reported a good event worth keeping the shop open later. The Muse Clothing Extravaganza was also an interesting event that happened downtown. Definitely an energetic event, competitive thrifting at its best, with mounds of clothing in the vacant spaces in the Muse building. They reported approximately 300 customers actively browsing and shopping, around 50 to 75 walkthroughs from people, and an estimated 500 impressions or people viewing along the street. So it was all a very successful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to provide community comment? Seeing none, we'll end community comments, and with that, go to city council member comments. With that, start with Councilmember Fajarin.
No comment.
Councilmember Parks.
No comment.
Councilmember Wright.
No comment.
Councilmember Guido.
No comment.
Councilmember Weller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And hopefully I get this right. Mr. Resin? If you may want to look into, there's a community member, Jamie Brush, and she runs a nonprofit for bikeability, and she would be very interested, I think, in this, and I can, afterwards, or you can send me an email, we can kind of connect you two, because I think this is really impressive. Yeah. Great.
Councilmember DeLira.
No comment.
With next up is City Council future agenda requests. Is there any council members that would like to do a future agenda request? Councilmember Fajarin.
Yes, I'd like to revisit the vacant building ordinance discussion that council left without action last year. We left that conversation thinking that another third party might be able to take that up, but there hasn't been any concrete action on that, so I would like to revisit that conversation.
Is there a second that would like to?
Second.
Second, okay. So we'll put that on for future. Is there any other future agenda requests? Seeing none, we'll go on to community comments on final action items for the agenda. This agenda item is the second of 2 opportunities during this meeting for the public to bring comments to the attention of elected officials on any agenda item on the City Council will take final action item at this meeting. Excluded items were public comments for previous excluding items where public comment was previously accepted. This exclusion extends to prior public hearings. Final action includes confirmation of appointments, consent agenda items, regular agenda items. This agenda item for comments will not exceed 30 minutes in total. Comments will be directed to the mayor, the city council or body, and no comments should be directed to individual council members. Is there anyone who'd like to provide comments on final action items? I don't see Sean's mom raising her hand, so. With that, we'll then move on to the next item, which is confirmation of appointments. And with that, I am very pleased and excited to present before you to the council Sean Wells for his confirmation as our next city administrator, and that'd be effective September 16th. With that, would anybody like to make a motion?
Move to approve?
Second.
Is there a second? Any discussion? That, all those, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to
Councilmember.
say that I'm very excited to have Sean in this city administrator position. And I think that I look forward to just the good things that will happen.
With that, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? With that, Sean, would you like to make any comments?
I got 2 minutes, right? No,
I can offer it to your mom, too.
and Mom, yeah. Thank you for your trust in me and for the community as well, for their trust in me. I look forward to this exciting opportunity from personally and professionally as well. And I'm excited to take this forward for the city of Pullman. And thanks to my family for being here today. My wife didn't want me to call her out, but I did anyway. So I'm really excited about it as well. So, thank you.
Thank you. And let's get the pictures taken.
Yep. We're good.
Thank you. We're excited for your start on September 16th, and I know you'll be hitting the ground before that even. So, next item is consent agenda. The items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted by a single motion of the City Council without separate discussion. First, we entertain a motion to read the consent agenda by title only.
So moved.
Second.
And second, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? With that, if you could read.
I would actually ask that we pull number 4, a motion authorizing an agreement with Washington State University Football Athletics for EMS services for the 2025 football season. There's just a brief discussion that I wanted to share with the council.
Yeah, okay. And the plan was later on to pull that,
Sorry.
unless there's an issue with the title.
Okay, sorry
Okay.
about that.
No.
I'll go ahead and read them then.
Everybody's doing great, so.
Okay. All right, the first item is a motion to dispense with the reading of the August 12, 2025 meeting minutes and approve them as submitted. Item 2 is a motion to approve disbursements for accounts payable checks number 2011-31588 through 2011-31744, totaling $2,082,721.59. Item 3 is a motion to approve disbursements for electronic transfers number 411 through 424, totaling $1,582,929.57. Item 4, a motion authorizing an agreement with Washington State University Football Athletics for EMS services for the 2025 football season. Item 5 is ordinance number 25-4, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pullman, Whitman County, Washington, relating to amendments to Title VI, licenses and taxation, residential unit, rental unit registration, and other matters properly related thereto. Item 6, Resolution R-35-25, a resolution authorizing the mayor or designee to execute the Washington State Allocation Agreement governing the allocation of funds paid by certain settling opioid manufacturers and pharmacies, allocation agreement number 4, from 1, Purdue bankruptcy and Sackler direct claims settlement, 2, the Alvogen settlement, 3, the Aminol settlement, 4, the Apotex Endeavor settlement, 7, the Milan settlement, 8, the Sun settlement, and 9, the Zydus settlement, authorizing the mayor and the director of finance and administrative services to take all actions necessary to effect the purpose of the settlement agreement and other matters related thereto. And finally, 7, resolution number R-36-25, a resolution authorizing the acceptance and execution of a universal transit access pass program agreement between the City of Pullman and Washington State University for the 2025-26 school year.
With that, do any council members desire to have any items removed from the consent agenda to be discussed separately? Council member, right?
Thank you for the dress rehearsal. That was good. I'd like to have item number 4 pulled, please, with further explanation to be presented.
Great. Any others? If not, then our consent agenda will be items, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items 1 through 3 and 5 through 7.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. And with that, our fire chief for number 4 with explanation.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Thank you for this opportunity. Just after 4 o'clock today, I received an email from Washington State University regarding this agreement, and there was a slight change to item number 13, and I'll let Thad speak to it, but it's just language we feel, and it's in regards to the non-discrimination wording that is in the contract, and their language is much shorter than what had been in your council packet, and reads, quote, "Each party shall comply with all state and federal civil rights, laws, and regulations," end quote. And with that, I'll turn it over to Thad for any interpretation.
So I reviewed the revised language, and for all material purposes, it's the same thing. It just says broadly that both parties agree to comply with all anti-discrimination laws, rules, and everything else. So rather than the prior language listed out a number of them, but this one is more of an umbrella statement that covers everything. So I didn't see any material difference between the two.
And because they had supplied a signed copy, we wanted to make sure that you're aware of the changes on their end and then move it forward if you desire.
So with that, any questions of our fire chief? Seeing none, then I'd entertain a motion for approval of item 4 with that change.
Move to approve.
Second.
With that, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes. Thank you very much. Next up is regular agenda items. The first one, Kirk Damon, related to Chipman Trail.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, members of council. So before you tonight is a resolution authorizing an original payment of $40,000 that was made to Whitman County for Chipman Trail Bridge Replacement Project, that those funds remain in the trail fund to be expended on future identified capital improvements. Just kind of some history or references was bridge number 5, which is about a half-mile east of Terraview Drive towards Moscow, just beyond Alpine Animal Hospital, that was damaged back in August of '23. Little further background history on this. So back in '97, as the trail was beginning to take shape, the city of Pullman, the city of Moscow, Washington State University, University of Idaho, and Whitman County all entered into an agreement for sharing maintenance costs on the trail. The agreement further established a committee known as the Palouse Trail Committee, which consists of 5 members, 1 from each entity, and myself represents the city of Pullman. Currently under that agreement, each entity contributes $10,000 for annual routine maintenance that is provided by Whitman County, and then any excess also builds a reserve. Also in that agreement, there's a section that states from time to time there may be a need to expend funds for capital costs, such as a bridge replacement, path reconstruction that exceeds the amount available from annual contributions. In these cases, each entity may be approached with a request from the Trail Committee for additional contributions on a case-by-case basis. And that's where that $40,000 came from that council approved. So at the February 13th, 24 Palouse Trail Committee, members agreed to make requests to each entity's governing body or legislative bodies for $40,000 towards a replacement of that bridge, and $50,000 would come from the existing trail reserves. At the March 12th, 2024 City Council meeting, Resolution R-14-24 was approved, authorizing a payment of $40,000 to Whitman County for the bridge replacement project. Work commenced in March of 24, completed later that spring. Total repair costs of the bridge amounted to $263,834. Upon completion of construction, Whitman County officials learned that just over $214,000 of those costs would be reimbursed by FEMA and the state of Washington. And so that left just under $50,000 of the costs would be covered from existing trail reserves. So none of the $40,000 that the city contributed or the other entities went towards actual repair of the bridge. It's all covered either being reimbursed or from existing trail funds. So moving forward to today, Chipman Trail is 25 plus years old, and we know that there's going to be some pretty hefty projects coming forward of that trail, either being repaved, some shoulder replacement, probably even some further work on bridges that are on the trail there. So it's recommended that the 5 entities leave their original $40,000 contribution to the trail fund in the fund, but it be kind of basically earmarked for future capital projects, such as another Burt Bridge or paving the trail. So in principle, it is agreed upon by all 5 entities that this takes place. We all feel strong, primarily due to the trail's popularity for walkers, bikers. It's a commuter trail between here and Moscow. So at that, I would answer any questions.
So really, we're looking at funds that have already been designated. It's just the use we're needing to change the language to bring it back to council. So any questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion then.
Move to adopt Resolution R-37-25.
Second. With that, if you could read the motion, please.
Thank you. It's resolution number R-37-25, a resolution authorizing the original payment of $40,000 to Whitman County for the Chipman Trail Bridge Replacement Project to remain in the Bill Chipman Trail Fund to be expended only on identified capital improvement projects to support trail maintenance.
With that, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. And with that, next up, Resolution R-3825. And with that, Jeff Albrecht, our short timer as interim city administrator.
Thank you. What's before you is Resolution 3825. This is an interlocal agreement between the city, the county, Whitman County, and Washington State University. Just to give you a little background, in 1996, the 3 entities entered into interlocal agreement for the operations and administration of 911 Whitcomb. Over the years, there's been a couple different iterations and amendments to that agreement. It had not been updated since 2013. So what this is to update that. Most of it is pretty minor updates, either to language or things that actually shifted a little bit in practice operations over the years. So this is a new agreement between the 3 entities for the operations of Whitcomb.
With that, any questions of Jeff? Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
Second.
That, if you could read the resolution, please.
Yes. Resolution number R-38-25, a resolution authorizing the execution of an interlocal agreement between the City of Pullman, the County of Whitman, and Washington State University for the purpose of operations of the Whitcomb County 911, Emergency Communications, and Dispatch Center.
With that, any discussion? Councilmember Fajarin?
Just more of a comment. Just want to use the opportunity to acknowledge the amazing work that the dispatchers do at Whitcomb. We are so lucky that their dedication and professionalism leads to a more safer community. So I just want to take that opportunity to thank them.
With that, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next up, under discussion, we have the 2026 legislative priorities that the draft. We've been here once going through it. You gave comments. Staff and I then reworked it based on the comments and have brought it back. The hope is for us to today be able to kind of finalize the comments, and then we'd bring it back at a future meeting for approval. So are there any comments? So Councilmember DeLira?
Yeah, I would like to make 2 edits to the legislative agenda after having more conversations with student government leaders. This might be a little long, but for the first edit, I would like to add to the housing and affordability section some wording for renters. Since high rent can be a barrier to saving money for a mortgage payment, I think we should advocate for any relief programs, especially for those who earn a low income. So if council agrees, I would like to change the wording to say to increase resident home ownership, work to reduce housing construction costs, advance affordable housing options, and alleviate high rent burden. So I'm hoping to add those extra 4 words at the end.
So, and those again are?
So it would, the last part would say, and alleviate high rent burden. And,
Yeah, so so with that, I know you have one more, so I'm interested in council's thoughts. Would you like comments, Councilmember Fajarin?
I would just say, considering a majority of our constituents are renters, that would make sense to include them there.
Yep, I agree.
Other? So I'm seeing consensus there. So, and then your second one?
So the second edit is within the affordable higher education section, and I'm glad that I see an explicit mention of the Washington College grant that directly supports undergraduates in Pullman. But I would also like to add some wording that's more inclusive of graduate and professional students, so including some words on basic student needs, especially around food security, and I think that will also benefit undergraduates. So if council agrees, I would like this section to read as follows. Support accessibility and affordability of higher education by continuing to fund and expand tuition reduction programs, i.e. Washington College grant, and a level necessary to make tuition and basic student needs, like food security, affordable.
And if you could repeat just that last change, so to make
Yeah.
to make tuition and basic student.
Yeah, to make tuition and basic student needs, like food security, affordable.
So, and with that, Councilmember Parks?
I have a question. You mentioned graduate education. Do you want then the expand tuition reduction programs, do you want to mention for both undergraduate and graduate students, or
So,
just assume?
yeah, so currently within the graduate and professional students, the cost of doing graduate school affects basic student needs. So I
Okay.
think they want us to highlight more of the basic student needs.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Other thoughts, comments? Councilmember Wright?
I just have a question. Is there a way to sync, and when I say sync, SYNC, the affordable higher education priority with what WSU students will also be presenting to the legislature, because I know they do Coug Days on campus, and so there might be more strength in that kind of a liaison if we're both supporting the same thing.
You know, and they're still working theirs. Ours, we're trying to get this one done in time for us to then meet with our legislators. So, so that's why that's happening. There's obviously it'd be helpful to know what theirs end up with, because that makes, we'd want to look to see how those sync together.
Thank you.
Councilmember Parks?
Would we be able to send them ours once they're finalized, so that since we will probably have ours determined first, so they would know, and then from there, maybe we could collaborate?
Yeah, I meet Thursday with their community relations person, so I can pass these on, letting them know the kind of the draft of what we're
Great.
looking at.
Thank you.
Other, so related to this, sounds like there's support for adding and basic student needs like food security between tuition and affordability. Okay, with that, Councilmember Weller.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I would say is I appreciate the changes that were made. I think the emphasis on local control is really, really important, and I see it mentioned, you know, in revenue options and also in-town railways. And I think being able to be a little stronger with our legislators and representatives about, and I mean, when it comes to the state as well, about we know what's best for the city. Our community knows what's best for the city. And local control is really, really important. And I know we have some comments of allow and so on. It's imperative that we have stronger stances on this. I mean, we've been messing around with some of these ideas for a long time with our legislators. So I appreciate the inclusion of local control. So,
Great. Any other feedback? Okay, so the plan is that to incorporate these edits, and then it'll come back at a future meeting for your approval. With that, 6:07, we're moving pretty quick. At this time, we're going to enter into executive session. And let me get there. At this time, City Council will adjourn to an executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110-1I to discuss with legal counsel representing city matters related to agency enforcement actions, or to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency potential litigation concerning litigation that the agency reasonably believes may be commenced by or against the agency, the governing body, or member acting in official capacity, or litigation or legal risks of a proposed action or current practice that the agency has identified when public discussion of litigation or legal risks is likely to result in an adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. While the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Act does not apply to discussions relating to interpretation or application of labor agreement or that portion of a meeting during which the governing body is planning or adopting the strategy or position to be taken during the course of any collective bargaining, professional negotiation, or grievance or mediation proceedings, or reviewing the proposals made during the course of negotiations or proceedings, the City Council is announcing its intention to discuss such matters in executive session. The executive session is expected to last 20 minutes. If it becomes necessary to extend the executive session, someone will return to announce the anticipated additional time needed by the City Council. The Council does not anticipate taking action following the executive session. With that, it's 6:09, so we'll start at 6:14. It's 6:34. We're going to continue executive session for another 5 minutes. It's 6:39. We'll extend executive session for another 5 minutes. It's 6:44. We're going to extend executive session for 2 more minutes. It's 6:46, calling City Council back into session. And with that, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved?
No, move to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. We're adjourned.